Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Best Day Ever Crafting Podcast. This is a podcast about my making journey, but also celebrating with you all the reasons why crafting every day makes for the best day ever. My name is Trish, and I can be found on Instagram and Ravelry as Tie-Dye Diva. Show notes can be found in the Ravelry group, and I will be sure to leave a link to the show notes, as well as any other things that I talk about here today. So welcome back if you are a returning viewer, and an extra special welcome if this is your first time here. So this is just the space where I share with you all the things I've been making in my crafting world, and just to catch up on what's been going on the past couple of weeks since we last chatted. So you guys might be wondering, why am I so dressed up? I'm not normally this dressed up for a podcast, but I had my religious meeting this morning. Again, today is Sunday, and my religious meeting was on Zoom, and I'm usually fairly dressed up for that. And I've got a new do. I'm experimenting with some different hair pieces, and yeah, so you kind of get the best of me today. So today I have one finished object to share with you in knitting, and a little bit of progress on two works in progress that I'm working on. Let's see. I do have some stash acquisitions. I have acquired some more crafting gems to add to my collection since we last chatted. So today is actually Sunday. Today is Sunday, May the 2nd. So spring is in full bloom here. For those of you who are new to watching, I live in the state of Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C., and spring has definitely sprung. So before I get into the baking, I do want to share with you the winners of our Q1 make-along. So the Q1 make-along was jumpers, and we define jumpers as anything that goes on the top of the body. So it can be a sweater, it could be a large shawl, a dress, or a blouse. If you could justify it as a jumper, it went. So we had some beautiful finished objects, and I'm just going to scroll through so that you can take a look at some of these beautiful finished objects. So weren't they absolutely fabulous? But unfortunately, we could only choose 3. So I used a random number generator, and the winner of the first prize is Nitsta. Nitsta's is her Ravelry name, and her real name is Donna, and she lives in the state of Georgia. So congratulations, Donna. You're going to be winning 2 skeins of yarn. It is the yarn by LMRK, and it's a skein of fingering weight Merino nylon paired with a lace weight silk mohair, and it's absolutely beautiful. And let's see, the color is kelpie, so really nice. So this is your prize, Donna. Next up, a sock blank by Ninja Chickens. Remember, I showed this on the last episode, this beautiful sock blank. I didn't plan for all of these prizes to be so spring related, but they are. So Maria, who again is Ninja Chickens, she botanically dyes these sock blanks using all natural materials, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I believe this one is super wash wool and nylon, 420 yards. And she even tells you how and what she used to print on this particular sock blank. All the information will be right here on the little tag that comes with it. So the winner of this is Purple Jade, who is Stacy, who happens to be a really good friend of mine. So congratulations, Stacy. Stacy lives in Maryland also. So congratulations, Stacy. If you want to come pick it up, you can do that, or I will be happy to put it in the mail for you. Last but not least is a prize that was donated by our good friends at 29 Bridges. 2 skeins of their go-to sock in these beautiful colors, which is Finch and Conch. Should be gorgeous together in a shawl or a sweater. And the winner of this is Pearls of Paradise. So Pearls of Paradise, oh, I did not write down her real name. She's been a faithful podcast viewer for quite some time, lives in Ohio. But I did write down what she made. She made a beautiful cabled vest, knitted cabled vest, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So congratulations to all the winners of quarter 1. Please send me your full name and mailing address on Ravelry, and I will get these prizes out to you as soon as possible. And thank everyone for participating. I mean, just totally blown away with so many beautiful, beautiful projects. I kind of feel like I've been a slacker, but definitely you guys inspire me to continue making and to really think about doing, trying some different things. There were 2 people who completed the April hat. April hat is it's a bit involved, a bit complicated. And I don't know whether that's why only 2 people did it. But in any event, they were both absolutely beautiful. So congratulations to you both for taking the leap and doing that pattern anyway. Cookie, who I have mentioned on the podcast before, was one of the individuals who completed the April hat. And also we had one more, A Top Bing. So that's her Ravelry name, and her real name is Anna, and she's from Canada. And so Othello, in her kindness and generosity, is naming both of them winners for the April Year of Hats make-along. So congratulations to you, Anna and Wanda, and I'm sure Othello has already been in touch with you about your prize for the April hat. So I did not cast on for the April hat. I was going to, and I took a close look at it and I said, it's not really quite my style. So no need in me casting on for that. So I will be looking forward to making the May hat, which is definitely more my style. It is an intertwined cable pattern and it's really cute. I'm going to insert a picture of it right here. So I hope you all will be joining me and the others in making the May hat. I haven't chosen my yarn yet. I should probably do that today and get that wound up and get that cast on. Okay, so I did, however, finish my March hat. And here it is. And I absolutely love it. I really, really love this hat. As you can see, it features the provisional cast on, which really turned out really, really nice. I was under the impression, however, when I unzipped the crochet provisional, that I would just be able to just like unzip it. But I kind of had to actually pick my stitches out of each stitch, so it wasn't the enjoyable cathartic experience I thought I was going to have. So if anyone knows what I might have done incorrectly with that, or maybe that's just the way it's supposed to be done, but in any event, it was fine. It all worked out, and I really do love the way it looks, as if the stitches are coming out of nowhere. The yarn that I used is Dapper Dye Works Stapleton, which is his worsted weight 100% merino yarn. And I'm gonna hold it up so that you can see the color as well as the texture in the hat. So it's a really pretty hat. I think I knit my brim about a ½ inch longer than the pattern called for. I think I got a little carried away. I was enjoying doing my my 1x1 ribbing a bit too much, and I was actually concerned I was going to run out of yarn, but it all worked out in the end. And it was an absolutely enjoyable pattern to knit. Very simple. Yeah, just a lot of fun. And I love all of the oranges in this yarn and the yellows and the golds. The color is sweet potato pie. And I think Leopard Dye Works nailed this colorway perfectly. So I'm going to try it on so you can see what it looks like. It's a beanie, but it's really, it's got a lot of room in it. I have a larger head, so it's definitely going to fit. The longer, the really deep rib covers my ears completely, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So again, this is the March hat by Kelborn Woolens, and yeah, I can see making another one of these. Could definitely see making another one of these. So yeah, so that's the only finished object that I have for this episode. So let's move on into whips. I did cast on a new sock, and here that is. Here it is. So I actually showed this yarn on the last episode. This beautiful orange and yellow is by Black Smoke Fibers, and it is a 100% merino yarn. It doesn't have any nylon in it. What are your thoughts about knitting socks with 100% merino? I enjoy a 100% merino yarn, period. I just love the bounce and the softness of a 100% merino. But I understand that nylon is what gives, especially socks, a lot more wear. It allows them to wear a little better. And when I say wear, I mean like wear and tear. Just gives the sock more stability. So we'll see. I don't think I've gotten holes in any of my 100% merino socks, but I have with my merino nylon blend socks. So yeah, just tell me what your thoughts are about that. I did something different with this sock. Normally when I do a contrasting heel, toe, and cuff, I'll use a solid. But this time I decided to use a contrasting variegated. And I really like the way it looks. This cuff is about 1.5 inches long. My usual cast on is 58 stitches on a US 1.5 needle. And I usually knit for shorty socks, and these will be shorty socks because this is only a 50-gram skein. I'm going to see how long I can actually get this sock to be. I will be doing my standard afterthought heel, and I usually start my afterthought heel about 6 inches up from the toe. So how much yarn I have will determine how long these socks are, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this this sock. I really love the colors in this. Yellows, browns, oranges, and reds. Really, really pretty. Yeah. My Progress Keeper is by Brown Girl Knits. I love this Progress Keeper so much, so I try to use it on projects as much as possible. And I will link to her Etsy shop. I believe she still has some of these in her shop. Okay, so yeah, so this is sock 1. I'm getting close to the time where I need to put in the toe, but again, I'm going to measure how much yarn I actually have left. Before I do that, that's what I have left. And here is my contrasting yarn, which is by Primrose. And this is a Merino nylon blend. The color is No Boys Allowed. This was left over from a previous project. So yes, so that's my new cast on since I last recorded. And this is hanging out in what I think is the most adorable bag. I just picked this up from Michael's craft store. Maker of Pretty Things. They had this collection of things for makers. Backpacks, coffee mugs, project bags, and tote bags. And at last check, when I was at Michael's about 2 weeks ago, it was on clearance. I paid full price for mine, or I'm pretty sure I used a coupon, but right now they're on clearance, and they were like, this was like $2.97, which is a really good bargain. So check out your local Michael's. If you have a Michael's near you, I think you would really like these. The only other thing I've been working on is my 3-color cashmere cowl, and I did show this the last time I recorded, and I've made quite a bit of progress on it. So here we go. Oh my goodness, it's even prettier on camera. I love this so much, and I've been enjoying working on this so very much. This is a true 3-color cashmere cowl. I'm using cashmere yarn from the Plucky Knitter. This gray color here, let me see if I have the colors. I believe all of the colors are one-hit wonders with the exception of the gray, which is letterpress. So the 3-color cashmere cowl, I'm sure you've seen it before. It's really a long funnel-like cowl with some textured stitching. And now I'm going into the stripe section. After the stripe section, it will be what appears to be a solid section, but even that section has a tiny bit of really simple textured stitches in it. So that section is going to be knit with this color. It's going to be so pretty. I cannot wait to get to this color. So as soon as I'm finished with the stripes, I believe I'm going to need 8 of each color here. So yeah, one thing I will say, the pattern calls for a fingering weight yarn. So I can already tell because I'm using a sport weight. My cowl is knitting up a lot. The row gauge and the width gauge is knitting up quite larger than the pattern calls for. So I might start making these sections a little shorter. Number one, just to make sure I have enough yarn, and number two, to make sure that the cowl is not so long that you don't get to see the features of the cowl, if that makes sense. So yes, thoroughly enjoying this. This yarn is just amazing. And this gray is the exact color of my precious kitty, Cashmere. She might make an appearance today, I'm not sure. I think she's napping right now. So yeah, so that's what's been taking up most of my time. I have made quite a bit of progress on my Coastal Crop Raglan, which is a Tiff Nealon design. And speaking of Tiff Nealon, I had the privilege of listening in on a Zoom interview with Tiff Nealon and Tote Yarn and Wool, which is a beautiful yarn store in Carnation, Washington, state of Washington. So that was lovely. So definitely check out Tote Yarn and Wool, because they will often have interviews with designers and yarn dyers, and just a little something else to add to your making entertainment, since we're not doing like in-person events and festivals and such. So it's always nice to have something fun to do, and also to familiarize yourself with some of your favorite makers, which was really good. I felt really proud that I was working on one of her designs. She has only been knitting for, I believe she said 5 years, which just blows my mind. And she's already considered to be a prolific designer. So I'm not sure if that interview was recorded, but it was really good. It was really, really good. So that's what's been taking up most of my making time. I don't have any sewing to share with you, but I expect that I will very soon because of a new acquisition I just got that we'll chat about shortly. Other than that, I have been doing a lot of shop stuff, fulfilling orders. If this is your first time here, I own a very stationery and sticker shop. So if you like to journal or plan, and you like to do decorative journaling and planning, then I hope you'll visit this shop and consider making a purchase. I've got quite a few fun things there. And then I myself have also been spending a little time, journaling out my thoughts as it relates, especially to self-care. Been thinking a lot about self-care here lately and new things I want to incorporate in my self-care regimen and my health routine. I am back on Weight Watchers, so that's been going really, really well. So I know that I need to really do more meal planning, which is going to really help me to be really successful in that endeavor. Let's see here. Why don't we go into some some acquisitions. I caught a Dapper Dye Works update. He had an update of a couple of new colors, and he also had some hits from the B-side. So hits from the B-side are similar to Plucky Knitter one-hit wonders, where the colors just didn't quite turn out the way they had anticipated them to turn out, or something is a bit off. Maybe the yardage is a bit shorter. And guys, I can never resist a sale, so sorry for the crinkling. So I chose two of a new to me base from Dapper Dye Works, which is the Rambler base, which is a 100% superwash merino. And these are the colors that were sent. So when you choose the hits from the B-side, you don't know which colors you're going to get. But look at this. Look how pretty these colors are. They certainly would go really, really well together, I think. This base, look at the twist. This is going to be yummy to work with. And I also picked up a named skein of the Rambler base because I've really been into the pinks here lately, but look at that. Bubble Yum is the name of the color. So pretty. And wouldn't these three be beautiful as a cowl, a colorwork cowl maybe? Oh, goodness gracious. So nice. Also during that update, I chose 4 of his Harris DK, which is a tweed base. And the colors that he sent me were 2 of these. So this is like a charcoal-y gray color. And this also is like a charcoal gray, but much darker. But it's not quite black. Look how pretty those are. I think I could put these 2 together to make a sweater, maybe a striped sweater. That would be really, really fun. So love these. Love those. Also, I was able to pick up this beautiful skein. This is a new base from Primrose Yarn Co. It's called Roan DK, Roan DK. It's 230 yards of a American superwash merino and domestic non-superwash merino. So almost like a 50-50 blend of non-superwash and superwash merino. I don't know of any dyer who has combined a superwash merino with a non-superwash merino, but this base is absolutely delightful. Delightful. I really like the way the colors blend together, and I'm assuming that's because parts of the yarn are superwash and parts are not. It's just a beautiful base, and she has it in an array of colors, and I can totally see knitting a sweater out of this. So you get the best of superwash merino and non-superwash. So I'm really looking forward to this. Maybe I'll do a cowl with this, or I'm knitting so many hats right now, so maybe I'll just do a cowl or maybe a pair of fingerless mitts. That will work out well. Again, Roan DK by Primrose Yarn. Finally, so I saw this at Michael's, and this is from Lion Brand Yarn. This is the Wool Ease Roving Stripes. So again, when I saw this, I was like, ooh, that's really pretty. And it was on sale for $3. So I grabbed up all that they had. They only had 3. But I picked up all 3. And I think I'm going to do maybe a cowl with this. This would make a quick gift for someone. It's just so pretty. I think this is going to be so enjoyable to work with. I'm even thinking about a crochet cowl. So if you know of a pattern that will work well with this, let me know. So this Wool Ease Roving Stripes is 80% acrylic and 20% wool. It's 58 yards per skein, so it's really chunky. This is definitely a super bulky. So pretty. Look at that. So definitely check out those sale bins at Michael's. You can find some real gems in there. The final thing I want to share with you in acquisitions is this. I'm so excited to have this. The Act of Sewing by Sonya Phillips. I believe this is her very first book. And I have not read this yet. I have not even flipped through it yet, but I know I'm going to absolutely love it. The back of it says, express your personal style and make clothes that are comfortable for you and your body. So there's the back of the book. Here's the front of the book. And I want to show you a few pages on the inside. It's a beautiful book. Look at those colors. So pretty. This is going to be so enjoyable. Look, 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 look. So fun. It's just such an inviting book. And I'm going to read to you just the gist of the book. I found a paragraph in the introduction that really gives the gist of the book. And if I can find, okay, here it is right here. So in the introduction, she has a portion under Make the Clothes You Want to Wear. It says, this book encourages experimentation and customization. Its goal is to make sewing accessible by introducing the process of making clothes at the ground floor. Self-efficacy is the belief that a person has it in themselves to complete a task. By breaking down the process of garment making and by using patterns that are straightforward yet infinitely adaptable, this book teaches you how to add skills from one garment to the next and hopefully also enjoy the process. So, if you've been watching this podcast for any length of time, you know how much I enjoy the 100 Acts of Sewing patterns. They are very simple, but as Sonya says, infinitely adaptable. So I cannot wait to get into this book to see how I can customize my current 100 Acts of Sewing patterns even further. And the icing on the cake is that there are more patterns included in the book. I think there are at least 2. They're right here, right inside the book. I don't even know what they are, but I can't wait. I can't wait to get into them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to really stick to my guns and really get deep into this book. This week, I'm going to take some really good notes, and I'm going to turn the camera on so that you can also just get a feel for how awesome this book is. And perhaps I can even do a giveaway of the book to a viewer. Right now, I believe they are sold out. They sold out super quick. But she's mentioned on her Instagram that she will be having more printed. So stay tuned for that video. But I'm so excited about this. Okay, so I think that's all I have to share with you today. In Jibber Jabber, not a whole bunch. Again, as I mentioned earlier, really trying to focus on self-care and eating a lot better. I've been cooking a lot of soups. And what else? Eating a lot of fruit. Drinking a lot of water. Really trying to cut back on sugar intake. Just hoping that will help with a lot of the autoimmune issues that I deal with, which honestly, they're pretty much, I don't want to say out of control, but definitely not as in control as I would like for them to be. When I'm recording, I try really hard not to show the fronts of my hands, but if you have noticed, the fronts of my hands are a little red and irritated. It's because I've developed an autoimmune psoriasis on the palms of my hands, and it doesn't look good, and it doesn't feel good either. It's painful, and it's very irritated. So I try to, when I'm recording, I'm always like maneuvering my hands so that I'm not showing my hands. Otherwise, I just have to wear gloves, which is not a good thing. And then I also mentioned how I wanted to do more overhead of plan with me's and tutorials, but that's kind of hard to do when your hands don't look the best. So anyways, probably a lot more information than you wanted to know, but yeah, just thinking of different things that I can do in addition to medication and medical care to alleviate the symptoms. It's just one of those things. I don't let it stop me or get me down. Most days I just keep going and get as much rest as I can. Like I said, trying to eat better, getting more exercise, but more importantly, trying to stay healthy in mind, because when you're dealing with health issues, sometimes the mental battle is even more or just as challenging as the physical. So a little bit more information that you probably wanted to know. If you're in the same position as I am, you probably totally get it. Anyway, like I said, it is what it is. Other than that, I'm doing just fine. Staying super busy. The shop is keeping me super busy. I have some really fun things coming down the pike. Other than that, I thought I would close by sharing with you some of the more popular items in the shop. These little leopard dots, people have been really loving these, and I love them too. When I'm doing my planner spread, I think of these dots just like I think of animal print when I'm dressing. Just a little bit is all you need. So even if your journaling or planner spread isn't anything about safari or animal or wild side, just drop a couple of these cute little dots in your planner, on your journal spread, or even in your little pocket calendar. They're so fun. And also very affordably priced. This sticker set is the Confident Woman sticker set. It's 13 pages total. 13 stickers total. And it also has been very popular. So it's 13 stickers of sayings and words for the confident woman. And then these are the wellness words. I'm pretty sure I've showed these before, but these also have been really popular, which kind of makes me happy, because one of the things I really wanted to focus on when I opened the shop was wellness. And I got so busy, I have not been able to get as many new wellness things added as I wanted, but they are coming. But just the fact that other people love these, and I get comments all the time of how helpful they've been. So there's a closer look at these. Just a reminder that illness does not have to define a person. These are the knit boxes. This color is tan, but we have a variety. We've got pinks and blues and greens and yellows. So those are the knit boxes. Oh, here they are in rose pink knit boxes. And finally, what's been one of my favorite new things are the headers. So these is a quick way to make your planner spread look really, really pretty and cohesive. You don't need flowers and stickers to plan or journal. You can just write it in. But if you don't like your handwriting and you just want a little extra cohesive pop in your journal or planner, then you can use these headers. So one is for making, sewing, crocheting, spin along, knit along, stitching, sewing. That's what those are. And then this one here is just, cut this off. Finally, this one here is just for your basic planning. To do, meeting, priority, cleaning, and of course, self-care. So I think that's all I have to share with you. Just a few reminders. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit your subscribe buttons and your notification buttons. I will be working really hard to try to remain more consistent with uploading videos. And what else can I say? Make sure you join the Ravelry group. It is continuing to grow. I really enjoy just popping in, looking at your progress on finished objects and works in progress. Again, the May hat make along is just started. We're in quarter 2 now, which is color work. So think about what color work projects you want to get in. You've got 3 months to get those in and qualify for a prize. Yeah, so hope you are staying well. You and your families are staying safe and well, and we just keep moving along through these crazy times that we're living in, and definitely using making as a tool to help us along the way. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode through all the sniffles and everything. So I will see you in another couple of weeks, and until that time, stay safe and well and keep making. All right?